team has 5 things to say here. Firstly, we believe that the status quo right now is actually enough. Secondly, we believe on the idea of democracy, on how the society should be empowered. And the third of all, on how the governments should act as the bearer of the mandates with the good intentions. And the third of all, on how it will violate the freedoms of the societies. And lastly, on how it will be a slippery slope for the governments to enact propaganda policies at the very beginning. But before that, let me respond to several cases from the government side of the house. Firstly, I don't see why you could feel secure when you know that you could be captured anytime, that you could be tapped anywhere by the various governments, as well as you don't have information to make sure that actually the government is being transparent to you at the very beginnings. They never explain to us on how their end goal, which is to have this society to feel secure at the very beginning, can be achieved by doing these kind of things. We believe that what happens in society is that they will feel violated. They will feel like they will feeling insecure because firstly they don't have adequate information. They need to understand the situations. Secondly, they know that they could be captured anytime by the governments. And thirdly, they are being tapped. I mean, come on, when you realize that you're being tapped by the government, you believe that the government does not trust you at all. It makes you feel insecure, right? Because the government that should protect you makes it suspicious towards you in general circumstances. No, sir, I'm just getting started. And second, we believe when they're talking about how the status quo is not enough, on how there's multi-layered threat and so on and so forth, we believe it's actually on the opposite side. Because of what? The exposure of the NEE, the exposure of the book bombs is actually the proof that our status quo, our mechanism, the status quo of our intelligence, of our law enforcement is actually working great so far. Because this is actually the proof that the tangible proof that could bring to the surface that there is actually a threat in the societies right now. And we believe that after these book bombs, after this NEE threat is being acknowledged by the societies, a lot of actually law enforcement effort has been done, and a lot of culprit has been captured at the very beginnings. They never prove to us on how this status quo is actually enough to continue rather than implementing new proposals right now. Thirdly, when they believe that they believe that on how it is actually a preventive action, we want preventive action in the status quo right now. My question is, why preventive action in the status quo is not enough? In the status quo right now, we have preventive action. We have our intelligence working already. We already have our neighbors. They can actually report us if they found us being suspicious. It is a tangible proof that the law enforcement should take into account when they're actually going to take some security measures. No, sir. So we believe that, I'm going to talk about status quo later in my script. Moving on in my script on how we believe that status quo is not enough. Yes.
So what does this intelligence do? They obtain information from those who are not proven yet to be guilty. That's exactly our proposal.
Here. No, sir. What our intelligence do right now is that maybe they are going to these terrorist cells to get the information, or they are asking for information what are the people, but they are not tapping you. Means that they are not taking your information without your consent. They are not actually able to even though we have intelligence, they cannot capture you without tangible proof in your this intelligence at the very beginning. That's how it's different right now. Even a lot of countries that does not implement NSA have their intelligence already working right now. So there's a difference on that, sir. Okay, firstly, we believe that status quo is not enough. First, why? Because we believe that in the status quo, there's a lot of effort from the governments. Firstly, about intelligence, I've explained to you. Secondly, government's initiative, like governments are conducting search, the governments are conducting like inspections to like some places. We believe it's okay in the status quo. Why? Because it's not actually targeting certain people that they are suspicious. They're taking a general person, the general group of community to be searched at the status quo. We believe it's okay because they're actually violating any right, violating your freedoms at all, because they think of you as the same in the status quo right now. And also we believe that society's check and balance is already there in the status quo, because currently right now, the neighbors can report to you. The neighbors can have these information and report to law enforcement if they feel something wrong is happens in the societies. But under their proposals, no more participation from the society will exist, because government will control everything. Government will control information. Government will control who they will call. Means that this society doesn't have their participation anymore, which direct me to my second script about democracy, about participant democracy. No, sir. Democracy has two ideas. Firstly, the idea of society empowerment. Second, the government as the bearer of mandate. First, we believe that the governments, in the idea of democracy, the governments have to empower the societies in the participation level. It means that the governments are trusting the societies, that the society is actually do good and the society is able to actually make decisions for them. That's what we call in democracy right now. But what happens under their proposals is that it seems that the governments is not trusting the societies anymore, because the government are taking stances as if the other societies is actually doing something bad and must be taken, must be whatever it is to actually gather the information at the very beginning. That's not what the essence of democracy. Second, the government is as the bearer of mandate. We believe that the societies is actually transferring their mandates to the governments, and that these governments is actually holding this responsibility to the society to be accountable at the very beginning. These societies are willing to actually give up their rights to actually have these governments to regulate for them, but not with this concept of actually what the government should do is actually the balance of rights. Means that the government has to balance the rights of the people to actually the right of the people must be balanced with the effort of the governments to combat criminals. But with their proposals, it is actually violating this balance of rights. Why? Because for something that is still questionable, is still question marks, governments are able to capture you. The governments are able to tap you at the very beginning. It's actually backlashing the idea of firstly the presumption of innocence, which is your rights also. And the second is that the problem is that there is no tangible at all at the very beginning to actually have this significant tangible proof that you are actually guilty at the very beginning. This what we call is unbalanced right now. Third of all, we believe it's actually violating freedom. Even without you doing something bad, it's actually already violating your freedom. Why we said so? Because this feeling inside your heart, when you know that the governments are taping you, when you know that the government is actually not trust you, that the government is not actually able to capture you anytime, will have this feeling of insecurity in yourself. Means that you are not feeling that you can trust your governments anymore. Not to mention that you will feel that you are under threat at any time once, because the governments that should be at the very beginning protecting you is actually now tapping you. Is now actually not disclose any adequate information for you to understand these situations, as well as they are able to capture you anytime they want if they feel that they are suspicious, which in the end will bring further harms in my 5 points about the slippery slopes of the policy. Because we believe that Indonesia, the characteristic of Indonesia, they are not like other countries that implementing NSA. They are not like Malaysia, South Korea, or USA, which is already mature in politics as well as freedom of speech. Which India, this could be used by the governments as a propaganda tools that to silence the oppositions, to actually silence the dissenting voice of the societies. Which India will also backlashing the idea of democracy, which is to appreciate dissenting voice in the societies. What is in the use of having this democracy if our immature society that does not really understand about the politics can be shut down by the government by simply having these proposals being implemented right now? So, like what I told you, that firstly we believe that status quo is actually enough, no further proposal needed. Secondly, this is not justifiable under ideas of democracy as well as violating freedoms of the societies. And after all, we believe that it could exacerbate the status quo on how this will actually can be a propaganda tool as well as